Hello, hello, everybody. How are we? How are we? Welcome to today's very special live stream, Voice Acting Showcase. I'm so excited. We've only done a few of these before. I think maybe two? I don't know if that's right or not. I think we've done two. More conventions than that, but only two showcases. I'm so excited to have another one. Coming by to say hi before I go watch football. Hope you're well. Nocturnal Wolf Dog, I hope you are well. Thank you for stopping in and saying hi. I'm sending good energy your way. Enjoy your football. We are going to be doing something a little less athletic today, but just as exciting. We are listening to the voice acting performances of people who are at our event in Anime, Ohio. And we're going to be giving advice to anybody who would like some and giving our compliments and our feedback and our celebratoriness. I am always very excited for these because I have so many people who give fantastic performances. Everyone gives a fantastic performance, just for the record. But I go through and I pick people who I think would be really stellar to showcase and listen to what they have and talk about how they did, etc., with their permission, of course. Not everyone gets picked because we're starting to get more and more people at these events. But I try and go through and give people who I really think like understood the assignment or clearly like progressed from the first to the second take, etc., etc. But we're gonna have a lot of fun today. If you were at Anime Ohio and you are currently watching this and you agreed to have your audio possibly shared today, please feel free to let me know in the Twitch or YouTube comments, in the chat, as we call it, because if you are here watching and you gave me permission, then I want to share yours while you're here so that I can give you feedback if you'd like it or just celebrate you, whatever your preference is. And you don't have to wait however long the live stream is going to take. Huzzah indeed! It's very, very exciting. It has been a long day, so I have a full cup of Diet Pepsi ready to go. Okay. And I've got nice, pretty pink on. We redid the makeup a little bit. Okay. The hair is vibing. She looking great. I'm thinking of next time dyeing these little strips that they no longer look orange. They just look how my hair, like the color of how my hair was originally, which I kind of vibe with. I actually really fuck with that. I like it a lot. But I might do it like specifically white next time because I think the black and white skunk look cool could be cool. Also, if you're here watching this showcase tonight, and you were perhaps not an adult who attended Anime Ohio, or you're an adult watching with somebody who is not an adult, today's stream is going to be relatively family friendly. That goes for everybody in the chat too. The only thing I'll let you know of is that I do tend to swear, so please do not do as I say. But other than that, all the dialogue you hear today and all of our commentary is going to be appropriate for the most part. So just so folks know. Oops. No, you're good, gal. It's all chill. It's one of those things where normally we're an adult community, but tonight, if you're here with your family and you're watching, hi, welcome. Feel free to post in the chat. I hope you're having a good time. So I will probably swear, but other than that, should be good and chill. And all of the dialogue is going to be appropriate, except for I think one piece that will not swear and not say anything inappropriate. It's just technically off my adult list, but it could be on the PG-13. So I'm not too worried about it. So we will get started pretty quickly because we tend to go very quickly on these voice acting showcase live streams because we have a bit to get through. I think we have 20 something people who we're going to listen to raws and final versions of their audio so we can talk about the performances and give some feedback and some thoughts. Again, if you were one of the people who agreed to have your audio shared, please feel free to tell me and I will play yours like first, like right now. And also feel free to let me know if you want advice. So I have switched the format a little bit to where I'm going to be giving some feedback, some ideas on how to change, some things that I think you really excelled at. And we will give some sort of advice, but we're not going to go in there and be like nitpicky, you know? Yes, this stream is a family-friendly showcase of all the individuals who participated in my Anime Ohio workshop. Gal is our lovely mod. She's incredible. We shout out to her. If you have any questions, she'll help. Thank you for pinning that, Gal. I appreciate that because our normal chat, if they show up, might not know that. Also, for this is true. I do not pay her. To be fair, I make sense from Twitch. Okay, I do not make money. Just so we're clear. But yes. So words. If I had a brain, I would process things and I would say things. Oh, I do have. I'll show it to you. Nope. This button. I do have the screen pulled up so that we can see people's waveforms, the actual audio files. I can show you maybe where I had to change things, where you were peaking, or where I had to edit things in because of, missteps or stuff like that. So there is a full possibility that we can also walk through those things if you want me to walk you through like the technical side of like, how do I know what a peak is? What should my file look like, etc. All questions are open. You do not have to be a part of the showcase or have worked with an Anime Ohio to ask questions, to talk about it, etc. I will answer whatever. It's going to be a relatively medium-sized stream from usual. It shouldn't be too long, won't be that short. It depends on how much we talk. I think that's everything. I'm going to take a big swig of our Diet Pepsis. And we're going to get started here. So, the first person I have on my list for us to listen to their audio is... I have Eliza S. Okay, so let me pull up Eliza S's audio. Boop boop doop 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 boop 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 doop doop. Okay, so we're gonna listen to both the raw recording of Eliza's performance while she was in the booth with me, and then what the final sounds like with the music and the special effects and all that stuff. So if you don't know, at my voice acting events, when we go to conventions, people are allowed to enter my real recording booth that I record my voice acting stuff in. You enter the booth, you get to record dialogue from a list that we've given you, you perform, and then one of those performances gets sent back with music and special effects and sound effects. So, I think our next convention is in like 2 weeks in Michigan at AzokuCon, but it's a lot of fun and you'll get to see what it's like right now in case you're kind of like, I don't know if I want to do this or not. We are about to play our first audio. So, without further ado, here we go. All right, my friends, this is, I think it's this button. Yes. This is Eliza S's raw audio performance. Here we go. Oh, let me make sure you can hear it. That could be helpful. That could be helpful if you can hear it. Okay, all right. Tell me if it's too loud, too quiet, but here we go.
Don't give in. I know it can be hard sometimes to feel happy. Sometimes I feel like I can't do anything right. But then I remember that I have people who love me for who I am. And so do you. Don't give in. I know it can be hard sometimes to feel happy. Sometimes I feel like I can't do anything right. But then I remember that I have people who love me for who I am. And so do you.
Oh my
excuse
gosh.
me, Mr. Scary let me try that again. Excuse me, Mr. Scary Vampire Monster Man? Do you, think maybe you could, let my friend go? Pretty please? Excuse me, Mr. Scary Vampire Monster Man? Do you, think maybe, you could, I don't know, let my friend go? Pretty please?
Oh my goodness, Eliza, those were so good. Oh my gosh. Okay. And I sometimes keep in, the first thing we'll note, right? I sometimes keep in little flubs when I send you back your recording because you need to know, and this is why I'm so glad that she said yes to sharing these on the live stream and to the public. It is okay to mess up when you're performing. It is okay to need to retake something. Nobody is sitting like outside the booth going, "How dare they mess up the dialogue?" Nobody's doing that, okay? I do know the amount of times I mess up my speech. I mess it up and I don't even have pre-written look right there. Pre-written lines. It is always okay to make mistakes, reset, and start again. So thank you, Eliza, for being willing to share these. Now we're going to go through it here for a second because there are some really interesting performance details here. So I think it was this first section is not the one that got edited. I believe her edited version is the excuse me one, if I remember correctly. So there's a section with this first line of dialogue she picked is like a super long paragraph. It can be really hard to do super long paragraphs and make them feel cohesive. So if I go back here, I think it's around here.
But then I remember that I have people.
It might be here.
And so do you.
Okay, and then.
And so do you.
There it is. All right, so there's this beautiful thing you're doing, Eliza, which we always want to do when we do multiple. This is how tonight's going to be. Oh, my Lord. Okay, so there's a beautiful thing you do when you give multiple performances, and you want to give them in different ways so that the first take and the second take are kind of different energies, different emphasis, said differently. And you do this really well, very subtly, because at this very last line here.
And so do you.
Okay, and then.
And so do you.
That is very subtle, but it's very different where the emphasis is. Let me see.
And so do you.
It's a And this one is a.
And so do you.
This one is a and na. Right? So what's happening here is you're changing from your first performance where you go, you got people who love you too. And the second time you say it in your second performance, it becomes, hey, you have people too. Right? It's a lot more grounded. It's a lot more specific. And like this person that you're talking to is turned away or is not believing you. And you're like, hey, I'm being serious. You matter. You know what I mean? Versus you matter. So they're both right in their own ways. They're both different energies to perform it. But the difference between the two is huge. Even though all you did was very subtly change a piece of that last line. So really nice job there. And now I want to go back here to the excuse me moments. I think it's also towards the end.
I think maybe you could let my friend go? Pretty please?
I think it's back here.
I think maybe you could I don't know, let my friend go? Pretty please?
Okay. So the first time we did that performance, this line of dialogue, when it gets picked, has a lot of uhs and ums and etc. And so the first time Eliza did that performance, you had a really good handle on making sure all of the bits and pieces were clearly enunciated and a part of it, and we understood it, and there was pacing. Excellent job. What I like that you improved upon that second time around was we probably talked about it, but I don't have a good memory. It turned from just, okay, there are bits and pauses where she's thinking, and it turned into you're actually thinking, because it was no longer, excuse me, could you maybe, it was, can you maybe, right? And it became a fluid movement. We could hear you actually processing the question of maybe you could let them go, please, all together instead of just individual pauses. That was really well done. Well done, Eliza. I think that was fantastic. Okay, let's listen to Eliza's final here. Here we go.
Excuse me, Mr. Scary Vampire Monster Man? Do you, think maybe, you could, I don't know, let my friend go? Pretty please?
Oh my goodness, I love that. Okay, yes. So I know exactly what I'm thinking. So for this line of dialogue in particular, when people perform this, usually the scene that's in my head is a bit more of like either it's cartoon, like children's cartoon, Western cartoon, Owl House, Amphibia, right? That style, maybe DuckTales, or sometimes the performance will make me think friendly anime. So, like Delicious in Dungeon moment, where it's not just like a, he has my friend, now I must kill the monster. It's a, hey, yeah, could I have him back, please? You know what I mean? So it kind of depends on the energy you give me, but that's why I do this sort of like a lighthearted music in the back, because your performance gave me the energy of like, we're a little bit more lighthearted. This isn't like dire. It's not screaming, right? We're not terrified. And because it was a little bit of like thinking and asking questions, I threw the monster in there to be mad at you at the end, because you were kind of like, hey, let him go, please. And so my thought process was the monster's like, dude, no. I'm supposed to be scary. Why aren't you afraid of me? No. And so that was the big roar at the end. Oh, I really like that. I thought that was so good. Let's play it one more time. Here we go.
Excuse me, Mr. Scary Vampire Monster Man? Do you, think maybe, you could, I don't know, let my friend go? Pretty please?
Yes, Eliza. That performance is perfect because you're not afraid. You're just kind of maybe a little nervous, but you're really like standing up to him. And I think with all of it combined, it works so well. I see it directly out of a cartoon. Well done, Eliza. Well done. You did amazing. All right, my friends. That is Eliza's. Let me mark it off here. Yes, dinosaurs. Okay, let me take a little sip. That was beautiful. I think we have a villain next, so this is going to be exciting. Okay, let me see what we've got next. Ooh, kind of a villain. I consider it a villain line. But this is... If I'm not mistaken, this is about to be number 34, which is my favorite and the one that gets picked the most. So we are going to do Thomas S. next. Let me pull up Thomas S. Thomas. Here we go. See. Okay, Thomas S. Boo. All right, y'all. Let's listen to his raw audio. Here we go.
That's sweet. You think you actually have a choice? Darling, I own you. And you will do whatever I want.
Ooh.
That's sweet. You think you actually have a choice? Darling, I own you. And you will do whatever I want.
Ooh.
Look at you now. You can't even take one hit from my sword. You're pathetic. You're weak. You're worthless. Look at you now. You can't even take one hit from my sword. You're pathetic. You're weak. You're worthless.
Ooh, Thomas, that was so good. Hey, I did this line too. Double huzzah! Yeah, double huzzah! For those who don't know, Gal was at one of our first ever voice acting events in ZenkaiCon. It was our second, technically, but our first showcase. And she's been a lovely member of this community ever since. We love her very much. So, Thomas, there are a few things I want to talk about here. First of all, you are a master at laughter, okay? All of your laughter, your evil laughs, and your like giggles towards the end, gorgeous. Oh my goodness. And the reason why they sound so good is because you put your whole like diaphragm into it, right? Some people are very concerned and anxious about how they sound when they do emotions like laughing or crying or whatever. But the way to genuinely make sure you're giving a good performance, if you're laughing, make sure you have enough air to get out everything you want, and make sure you're laughing from your diaphragm. That's about at the bottom of your ribs. It's not your stomach, it's not your chest, it's not your throat, it's not your mouth, it's your diaphragm. Because what you want to do is that is what is controlling the air process and your length and your timing and everything. So make sure that you're not just going like, ha, 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 right? That's up here because it's kind of a nasty quality. It's a little raggedy. It doesn't have a lot of intensity. Those noises are for your like, huh. And even then, that was a huge part of my diaphragm that just shifted to make that. But when you're doing like big laughters, like evil laugh, it is okay to take like the ha, 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 right? You're down there. And then you can twist it and turn it to what you want. Her mistake was letting me through the doors. Yeah, Gal came through the doors for the ZenkaiCon one and she never left. But what she doesn't know is she's cursed to be with me forever. But let me showcase these laughs again. Here we go.
That's sweet.
And okay, so something he does really nicely here, Thomas, you do really well, is your laughs fold into your that's sweet. Sometimes if laughing is a little bit of a struggle, you can throw words at the end of it and it'll help you hold on to that breath and that feeling. And then this one here.
That's sweet.
This one was sharper, right? It was a ha, ha, ha. But it was still down here in that diaphragm. So it held well. And then there's these. That's a solid one. There's no words attached. It is a solid ha 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 ha. Classic from the top to the bottom. And then he breathes and then you speak. Those are really good for evil laughs. And then I think you have laughing at the end of this one.
You're weak. You're worthless.
Yes. So if you're trying to get that energy of a bit more of exhaustion, a bit more all over the place, adding in a bit of that type of laughter where you're like, right, can give you a good emotion while you're doing it. So excellent job, Thomas. Really, really good. Let's see here. I believe it was the Do Whatever I Want that got picked for your final. So let's listen to Thomas S.'s final recording.
That's sweet. You think you actually have a choice? Darling, I own you, and you will do whatever I want.
Ooh, oh, your performance combined with that ending like is so good. So when people do this line, there's actually 3 different versions that I usually see in someone's performance. This one is the scene where I see them, so I always see you as the villain, and the hero, whoever you have, is like tied to a chair in the center of a room. That's usually what it is. And in this scenario in particular, this is one of those performances where I see you as like in a basement warehouse, you're picking up a knife as you walk, and that's where all the squeaking is the mice are running away from you. And then you come up to them and you right with the knife at the end, right? And that's what I see. The other two options that we might hear in some of the other performances shared today are drinking glasses, or they are smoking a cigarette. Hey, welcome, Andrew. Good evening, good evening. We're doing our Anime Ohio showcase today, Andrew. We are on Thomas S.'s audio. We're giving feedback and advice, but in a positive way. No harsh critiques unless somebody asks for them, and we're celebrating folks. So please feel free to join us. Yes, woohoo indeed. We just finished with Eliza's. We've listened to one of the final performances from Thomas. So we're going to listen to this final performance again to give it its full due here. And then we're going to talk a little bit about it. So here we go. Thomas S.'s final performance again.
That's sweet. You think you actually have a choice? Darling, I own you. And you will do whatever I want.
Ooh, yes. Your performance, Thomas, with that ending noise is so good. But especially, you notice here, we took that second performance from the Raw. So this is the ending.
And you will do whatever I want.
So I've been complimenting your ability to do evil laughter in your Raw performances. And so when you did that for your second Raw performance of this line, I was like, oh, I have to use this one, because this laughter moment at the ending is gorgeous. Because a lot of folks will perform this line, which is totally okay to perform it this way. There's no wrong answers. But a lot of folks, when they perform it, will take the ending as the part where they're serious and the beginning as the part where they're comedic. And so a lot of people will end it by going, whatever I want, right? You ended it the opposite. You found it funny as hell that they thought they had a choice. And you gave me the, you're gonna do whatever I want. And it was gorgeous. Well played. I could feel the arrogance that you were giving, and it was fantastic. And so that's why I used that ending piece there. Well done, Thomas. Well done. All right, my friends, let me mark Thomas off. Okay. Pull up our next round. Everybody is so good. Oh, we're in an ad break. I'm sorry if you have ads right now. I cannot turn them off. I've seen so many streamers who are like, let me turn off ads because I don't want ads on this. I'm like, I can't turn the ads off. I don't know how people are turning the ads off, but I have a literal thing that says like, such and such ads will always be on. Like, you can't turn them off. So I don't know how people are turning them off, but I wish I could. I don't know how. But okay. We will do the next person's audio here. If you do receive ads on Twitch, you can 1,000% turn off ads. How? How the hell do you turn off ads? All I could ever figure out was how to change the schedule. Wait, can I turn them off like for this stream right now? Ah, Kudo, thank you for subscribing. There's a loophole. Yes, there is. If you subscribe, there are no ads. I will literally pop in here right now and I will go to ads and I will see if I can turn them off. Ads. Advanced settings. Pre-roll disabled. Okay. I'm in advanced settings. Add notifications. I can change them to, no, there's nothing I can do. There is no way for me to turn them off. I can only turn off an auto schedule. Yeah, just to be clear, I cannot turn off ads. I can only turn off whether or not I'm scheduling them or the thing is scheduling them. Ah, that's so nice. Andrew, thank you for gifting a sub. You guys are so sweet. I appreciate you so much. I genuinely... Wait, what is this? Did you somehow start a hype train? What the hell is this? I've never seen this before. Y'all are so sweet. What is happening? Is this what a hype train looks like? This is crazy. Whoa. Well, I don't even have badges. What are these emotes? This is so cool. Andrew, Kudo, you guys are so amazing. Get wrecked! No way! Wait, what the hell? You guys are so cool. Oh my god, I've never seen this before. You guys just triggered our first ever hype train, and you guys are so awesome. Yes, Schumacher hype choo choo. I love it. Thank you so much. All of this said, to anybody who is just here for this stream, has no reason to subscribe, just kind of wants to listen to cool voice acting, please let me know if I start going through your audio on stream while there's an ad. Like, if you're like, hey, have you done me yet? And I'm like, yes, I will redo it. I promise. Thank you, guys. This is so sweet. Yo, Kudo! Wait, you guys! You're gifting them left and right. You guys are so sweet. Oh, my Lord. Ugh, I don't even have words. Yo. You guys are fire. You might not be moderators, but you might be gal. Yes. Let me know when you get to me, Andrew W. Are you on my list, Andrew? You just got gifted. Oh my goodness, Dongan, welcome. Andrew, I don't think you're on my list. Did you say yes in the emails? I just plugged in my little thing so I can find you. Oh, you are. No, you're on my list. You're on my list. Yes, Andrew, I found you. I found you. You're lower down. Do you want me to do yours now, Andrew, since you're here? Should we do Andrew's now, guys? Him and Kudo are gifting people. Let's do Andrew's now. Hell yeah. Okay. Andrew gave an incredible performance, y'all. Thank you for gifting and subscribing and giving bits. You guys are the best people ever. I hope you know that. Genuinely so cool. Okay. Here we go. Let's listen to Andrew's raw audio, everybody. Here we go.
We can do this, men, for king, for country, for honor. We can do this, men, for king, for country, for honor. Oh, come on now. I only want a taste of true power, but you're not willing to give it to me. I guess I'll simply have to take it.
Yes.
Oh, come on now. I only wanted a taste of true power, but you're not willing to give it to me. I guess I'll simply have to take it.
Ooh, Andrew, that was so good. Oh my gosh, that ending, take it, with all of the visceral and this is a good word, all of the ugliness that was in take it, right? Perfect for this villain character. Hold on, I want to hear that part again. Listen to these different endings.
But you're not willing to give it to me. I guess I'll simply have to take it.
Right? There's a little bit there where we're like, oh, there's a little bit of grit. And then we get to this one.
But you're not willing to give it to me. I guess I'll simply have to take it.
That is so cool. You really turned it up and you did a fantastic job at being like, no, I'm going for this. I'm going full force. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. You are so welcome, Andrew. And then for these first two, Andrew, do you want like critiquey advice, or do you want celebration, or what's your energy? You let me know, but let me listen to these first two.
We can do this, men, for king, for country, for honor. We can do this, men, for king, for country, for honor.
Yeah, see, those are so nice because that ending honor. You want critique? Okay.
For country, for honor.
They do sound like Jacques from Date Everything. Oh my God, Andrew, you sound like the pirate. I don't know if we've talked to him yet while you've been watching our live streams, but you do sound just like him. Okay, so if we're gonna go a little more critiquey, right? Here's the thing that I would have you keep in mind, especially for the first half of some of these,
Oh,
like,
come on now. I only want a taste of true power. Oh, come on now. I only wanted a taste of true power.
there is a tendency that you're emphasizing the same parts of the line every time you say it. So when we give multiple performances, we want to go with one route of like, come on now, I just wanted a taste of your true power. And then when you say it the second time, or however many times you're going to do it, flip up those emphasis, right? Maybe now instead of hitting power and come on now, maybe it's, come on now. I only wanted a taste of your true power, right? So we want to make sure that we're shifting our words. The energy is really good. You have a fire energy and you have a strong grasp over what this character feels like and who they are. But I think that'll really help you if we change up the emphasis on your sentences when you do multiple performances. I would also say I really love that grit, so add in more grit. I think something that can help you a bit as well is if you add in a bit more breath. So my only note with some of these, and I think it's your first ones here.
For country, for honor.
Yep.
For country, for honor.
Okay. So with these first two, they feel a little, not necessarily out of breath, but almost like we are speaking to an audience of 5 instead of an audience of 100 or 1,000, right? So when we do lines where we're speaking to a huge number of people, what you want to keep in mind is I am focusing not on like, hey, we got to do king, country, honor, right? I am focusing on you all the way in the back, number 10,062 soldier. We need to focus on king, on country, and on honor, right? Because what you want to do is shift your focus to, instead of the people right here, all the way in the back. Because what will happen is it'll make us feel like there are more people that you're speaking to, and you'll have a bit more power and a bit more strength in your voice and in your breath. Does that make sense, Andrew? Hello, Kimberly. Welcome. Welcome, Kimberly. So glad to have you here. Kimberly, today we're listening to people's voice acting performances and we're giving some feedback and advice. It did amazing, Andrew. Okay, let's listen to Andrew's final piece here. We chose one of the shorter audios. This is going to be quick and succinct, but it's going to hit because I remember editing this one. So here we go. Ready? This is Andrew's final recording.
We can do this, men, for king, for country, for honor.
Yes! Yes. And that is exactly what we want, right? I, specifically for this line of dialogue, I usually picture from people's performances, you are standing at the top of like balcony of a castle. You have thousands of soldiers or however many, and there is like champion music playing in the background. You pull out your sword. You do and that's what the slice is, right? You go, we can do this, men, for king, for country, for honor. And you hold out the sword like that. And then all of your men below you are like, yeah. That's usually what I picture for this line. And I think you nailed it because you had a really good pacing. And so when you have a pacing like this, where it gives a little bit of space between your words, it allows me to put in these sound effects and these noises that make it really complete. Excellent job, Andrew. Let's listen to it one more time.
We can do this, men. For the king, for the country, for honor.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a beautiful pacing there where I can add in all these little slices and the buildup of the music. Andrew, you did so good. So good, Andrew. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for joining us. You were a pleasure to work with. Okay, let me cross you off so we know we went through. And thank you for joining our community. Yes, literally like so much thanks to joining our community, having a good time. I appreciate you. And hopefully, hopefully we'll be back to Anime Ohio next year. Maybe we'll see you again. We'll see. 10,000 out of 10. Yes, 10,000 out of 10, Andrew. Okay, my friends. Let's see who's next on our list. Okay, next on our list is Cardboard Combat. Okay, let me pull up Cardboard Combat. This one I remember because this is a line of dialogue that doesn't get picked too often, because this is more of a creepy villain. Yes, nice indeed. So let's listen to Cardboard Combat's raw audio here.
Tell me, what did it feel like to have someone poking around in your mind? I'm so curious.
Ooh.
Tell me, what did it feel like to have someone poking around in your mind? I'm so curious.
Ooh, that was interesting. We're going to talk about that. You'll be at San Diego Comic-Con next year, Rachel? Now that invite would be higher. Oh my gosh. I wish. If San Diego Comic-Con or New York Comic-Con wants to hit me up, I will be there in a heartbeat. We'll figure it out. I don't know how we'll get there, but we'll figure it out. I would love to work with any and all conventions, frankly. If it was my job to just be at conventions, running my little voice acting thing, gorgeous. And I love meeting people and working with people. That's the dream. Okay. So I think it's the ending here that I want to talk about for your performance, Cardboard.
I'm so curious.
Yes, it is. So it's the difference between this
I'm so curious.
and this.
I'm so curious.
Once again, what we have here is really cool change in emphasis. So this first villain and this first performance of the line is very, not somber, but very cold. It's very indifferent. It's very unemotional, right? We have a
I'm so curious.
almost like you don't really care. You're just kind of like, oh, I hope it caused pain. You know what I mean? Oftentimes, the feedback that I will give when people perform this line is I will ask, do you care? Are you genuinely curious? And I don't know if I asked you that, and I don't know if you said yes, but in your second performance, you definitely became a villain who is curious. Because this ending
I'm so curious.
has gone from a I'm curious to a I'm so curious. I can feel your excitement entering into that part of the line. You're still a little creepy, you're still a little spooky like you want the villain to be, but there's a hint of like, oh, he's creepy because he actually wants to know. Like, he's actually interested in sticking a finger in your brain. And that makes you a little more creepy because you're genuinely excited. So, well done there, Cardboard. All right. Let's listen to Cardboard's final recording here. Here we go.
Tell me, what did it feel like to have someone poking around in your mind? I'm so curious.
Ooh. Oh, the squish. I have to tell tell y'all, I love that squish sound effect. If you're watching right now and you're like, my audio, I think, had that exact same squish sound effect. I put it in a lot. I'm sorry. I put it in so many recordings because I adore that sound effect. I put it in a lot of the stamping on bug ones. I put it in this one. I'll put it in stabby ones just because it's so versatile in the way that we view it when we hear it. But I really like this performance cardboard because we're keeping that intimidating creepiness and a little bit of excitement. And we want that genuine curiosity, that genuine excitement, because when we hear that, compared to the squish, 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 and kind of rattling of tools in the background, it makes our shoulders go, why do you want to know? Ooh. And then when you get the squish at the end, it's like, huh. And that's what we want with this line of dialogue. So I think that was really well done there. And when people use this dialogue, there's only one thing I picture, and that's somebody rooting around in the head. So that's why we do it this way. We'll listen one more time.
Tell me, what did it feel like to have someone poking around in your mind? I'm so curious.
Oh, it's so good. Cardboard, such a good job, my friend. All right. That is Cardboard's done. Okay, we take a little sip, and we'll go on to the next person. All right, who do we have next in our voice acting lineup? Ooh, okay. So we heard this line in a raw, but we did not hear it edited yet. So we have Michael K. Let me bring out Michael K's. And Michael K actually came back and did our event multiple times. So what we're going to hear first is we're going to hear the raws that were not chosen for the edited version, and then we'll listen to the raws for the edited version. So here we go. We're going to listen to Michael K's raws.
Ha! Fun fact, my friend here is the chosen one. They're better than you in every way. What? Fun fact, my friend here is the chosen one. They're better than you in every way.
Michael, this is so fun. And I can tell you the difference right away. Let's listen to it one more time. Ready?
Ha! Fun fact, my friend here is the chosen one. They're better than you in every way.
That first performance, your version of this character is going, ha, they're better than you. This performance?
What? Fun fact, my friend here is the chosen one. They're better than you in every way.
This character in your second performance is the really animated Zenitsu from Demon Slayer, but Inosuke personality. Hold on, I was getting names correct. It's the Zenitsu / Inosuke combo character where someone says something about like Tanjiro not being good at the demon slaying thing, and you have both of them behind him in the really cartoon animated style with the smoke going, what'd you say? He's amazing, he's gonna beat you up. What'd you say about my friend? That is what that second performance is. And it's fantastic because what happened was in your first performance, it had energy, it had strength, it was believable. It was a little toned down because sometimes when we're doing big, elated, energetic, over-the-top, cartoonish, comedic characters, we bring only half of what we want because bringing any more feels a little weird. So for the second performance, we changed the scenario where it was like, this time around, I want you to go up to 1 million. Give me everything you have, like you are watching that anime. And that's what happened, is you gave me that anime sidekick character, and it came out so strong because you had so much punch to it. Well done, Michael. Well done. Okay. Now, this one will contain the audio that was chosen and probably some extra based on what I see here. So let's listen to this one.
Oh, come now. I only wanted a taste of your true power. But if you're not willing to give it to me, I guess I'll simply have to take it. Oh, come now. I only wanted a taste of your true power. But if you're not willing to give it to me, I guess I'll simply have to take it.
Ooh.
You are my everything.
Hmm.
My heart.
This one's a little quiet.
My soul. I will come back for you. In the next life. Wait for me. My love.
Oh, wow.
You are my everything. My heart. My soul. I will come back for you. In the next life. Wait for me. My love.
Wow, Michael. That was such a beautiful switch up of performance energy, right? The other one was comedic. The first one is on this side is like villain energy, and then you have a beautiful like dying hero or whoever it is. I thought your ability to change types and emotions is really impressive, Michael. Well done. Now, I know the take one is the one that got edited, and there's something that I think I even reacted to while it was playing, but let me find it. This right here.
But if you're not willing to give it to me, I guess I'll simply have to take it.
And
But if you're not willing to give it to me, I guess I'll simply have to take it.
beautiful. The change fully changed your character because we went from
But if you're not willing to give it to me, I guess I'll simply have to take it.
quick, punchy, in charge, arrogant, to
But if you're not willing to give it to me, I guess I'll simply have to take it.
mad, angry, and the light-hearted sort of like, I guess I'll have to take it, has switched to a, I guess I'll have to take it. And it's very subtle, but it's very cool. I like the switch up there. In this beginning half, I think there's also,
I only wanted a taste of your true power.
it's in here somewhere.
Oh, come now. I only wanted a taste of your true power.
Yeah, you've got a good switch up and emphasis there as well, which I think is very cool. And I like that a lot. I think you did pretty well. Let's listen to your final audio. This is Michael K. Final audio. Here we go.
Oh, come now.
Ooh.
I only wanted a taste of your true power. But if you're not willing to give it to me, I guess I'll simply have to take it.
Ooh, that's cool. So this line of dialogue gives a few options performance-wise for how I edit it. Oftentimes, I will see this performance as one of those things where you're fighting somebody, like one-on-one, and you're the villain, and the hero just, like, won't give you everything. They're just not as good as you wanted them to be. And so in this case, I use swords. Sometimes I use punches. Sometimes we use other sounds, depending on what weapon energy you give me. But in this one, because your performance is a bit more refined, a bit more tailored until that ending, I thought more of like guy in a suit with a sword energy. So the beginning was a little bit of a lead up where we can hear you walking as you pick up the sword from the floor and you're like stepping on bones that you're like cracking or rocks. And then you finally get to the end and you're like, I'll take it myself, right? Yeah, that was kind of the vision for this one. And I think your tailored to energy at the end led for this kind of a soundtrack. So well done, Michael K. Excellent job, my friend. Okay. We'll mark Michael's. See who is next on our list. Okay, next on our list is Rain P. They have a cute one that most people do not pick this one, like ever. And I was so excited that they picked it, and I knew right away I was going to share it if they let me, because the dialogue that got edited was so well done and so cute. So let's listen to Rain P's raw audio, and then we'll listen to their final. Here we go.
What? I didn't say that. It's not like I like you or anything. Stupid head. What? I didn't say that. It's not like I like you or anything. Stupid head. Come back to me. I can't lose you here. Not now. Not like this. Come on, wake up. Come back to me. Come back to me. I can't lose you here. Not now. Not like this. Come on, wake up.
Ooh.
Why do you keep fighting? I'm not worth it. I never have been, and I never will be.
Interesting.
Why do you keep fighting? I'm not worth it. I never have been, and I never will be.
Okay. So, there are a few things I want to talk about. The first one is the one that was chosen for the editing. So we're going to go through that one last. The second one here, first of all, Rain, you did awesome. Wonderful job. It is really hard to choose emotional lines like this and perform them to your fullest extent. And I think you did fantastic. So let me see this
Come
here.
back to me.
This is what I want. Yeah.
Come on, wake up.
That versus...
Not now. Not like this. Come on, wake up.
It's interesting because your first performance of it is heated. It's quick. It's loud. It's shaking them. It's wake up, wake up, wake up, right? Your second one starts heated and loud and gets quieter and softer and more realizing of what's happening. And that's an interesting shift because you can hear it in the way that you perform this last part here. This is your first one. You're heated, you're loud, you're not thinking, you're just wanting them to wake up.
Not now. Not like this. Come on, wake up.
That's a like, you don't get to die on me. Wake the hell up. Versus,
Not now. Not like this. Come on, wake up.
that is no longer a, no, we promised we'd make it to the end. You have to get through me. I'm not letting you die like this. And the second version has become a, no, you have to wake up. We're not supposed to die here. It's the same intensity of emotion, but the emotion itself is so very different that the performances are hugely different. And I think you did a very good job of exploring both pathways. And I encourage exploring multiple emotional pathways and seeing what it brings out in a performance, because it'll change you from heated and passionate to realizing and scared. Nice job, Rain. And then for your last one here, I think specifically the ending again was different.
I never have been, and I never will be.
Okay, so
I never have been, and I never will be.
okay. This is actually very similar to the ones we just talked about. Your first performance of this one.
Why do you keep fighting? I'm not worth it. I never have been, and I never will be.
That is indignant. It's a little angry. It's a little mad that someone's trying to help you. It's not the emotional, oh, I feel pity for myself that we think it's gonna be. It's more like, stop fighting for me. Okay, I know I'm trash, just stop. Which is an interesting take, but a unique one. And it's not something we hear often versus your second one.
Why do you keep fighting? I'm not worth it. I never have been. And I never will be.
Your second one is much more of the pity. It's much more of the sadness. It's much more of the like, let me die here, I'm not worth it, right? And the reason why we can tell the two different emotions are happening is because your sad one, your exhausted one, your I'm not worth it one has a lot of breath. And it's not just breath, it's shaky breath. And shaky breath is something that we experience when we are in the emotions that are somber and make you want to cry and make you just want to break down. That's when we get the type of breath. So that was in your second performance, and that's why we felt that emotionalness versus your first one, which was much hard hitting because we didn't have the shakiness. Okay, Rain, now let's talk about these front runners because I love these front runners. I think once again, let's go to the ending.
It's not like I like you or anything, stupid head.
So this first one of this line is, again, very quick, very fast, solid read. It's clean. That's how you tend to do all of your first lines is solid, clean, functional, perfect, right? And that's great. That's wonderful. That's why when I have you do second performances, I push you because you've given me the solid one. Now I want the fucked up one, right? Now I want the emotional one. Now I want the all over the place. I want you to really feel sad, or I want you to really feel angry. Or in this case, why I love this performance so much, I want you to really feel embarrassed. So the difference between
It's not like I like you or anything, stupid head.
polished, commercialized, clean, and
It's not like I like you or anything, stupid head.
emotional, intense, right? All over the place. I'm actually embarrassed. I can't even say my word correctly. Both are good, but I love these authentic style performances. So, Rain, you did a great job. Let's listen to your final one. Here we go.
What? I didn't say that. It's not like I like you or anything, stupid head.
Oh my gosh. I love this one, Rain. Oh my gosh. I remember, because not a lot of people pick this one. So I remember listening to your genuine embarrassment and going, I can just picture all the girls in the hallway laughing and giggling at you. Because and you feel so embarrassed because you're like, oh God, I said that out loud and now everybody's laughing and giggling at me. And so that's what I channeled for this. And I gave it a bit more of a lighthearted energy because it's very cartoony. And it just works so perfectly with your authenticity. So let's listen one more time.
What? I didn't say that. It's not like I like you or anything, stupid head.
It's so cute. Rain, such a wonderful job. I hope you are proud. All right, my friends, that was Rain's. We'll mark them off. All right. Now we have another excuse me one. This one is by Kaylee E. Let me grab Kaylee. Okay. All right, so let's listen to Kaylee's raw audio.
Excuse me, Mr. Scary Vampire Monster Man. Do you, think maybe, you could let my friend go? Pretty please? Excuse me, Mr. Scary Vampire Monster Man? Do you, think maybe you could let my friend go? Pretty please? Don't you understand? I don't want to keep living.
Ooh.
Just let me go. Please. Don't you understand? I don't want to keep living. Just let me go. Please.
Wow, Kaylee. The juxtaposition between the cute cartoony one and the emotional one, powerful. Well done. I'm sad my Frosty froze solid. Oh no, Kudo! Kudo, you're gonna have to let it thaw. That or you're gonna have to get a real strong spoon. Otherwise, you're gonna have to let it thaw so you can eat it. Frosties are good, man. You can't just throw it away. Is it chocolate or vanilla? Don't say vanilla. Don't do it. It better be chocolate. Okay. I'm getting a spoon. I'm stubborn. Good. Spoons are my shit. I am, when it comes to ice cream, even milkshakes and stuff, I'm like, I'm a spoon queen. I want spoons. Okay. Kaylee, the excuse me was chosen, and it was very well done. You have a difference in your performance from the other excuse me we've heard because yours is very young. Like yours kind of feels like it's from almost like a Disney Junior show because it's very like, hello, excuse me, big monster, could you do the thing, please? And it sounds like they're either gonna yell at you and you're gonna go, oh, and you gotta go get like your Muppet friends to help you, or they're gonna go, well, I guess I learned that, kidnapping is wrong. But it's very young, it's very cutesy, and I think the innocence that you have is really well portrayed in the voice that you're doing. What about sporks? Sporks are okay. I'll allow sporks, but I don't tend to use sporks, Kudo. I gotta be honest. If we're talking ice cream, I'm using a spoon. Or they used to sell those cereal straws where you could eat the straw and like drink milk and stuff through it. The Oreo straws were fantastic. I wish they still made them. They're so good. Okay, Kaylee. Now your emotional ones.
Don't you understand? I don't want to keep living. Just let me go. Please.
That please. The beautiful, I think the word is sibilance, that you showed on that word is so emotional. Because it's very simple for us to say, I don't want to keep living. Let me go, please. Which is fine. It's somber. It's sad. But what you've done is you've made your voice sound like you're on the edge of tears by shaking on that word and breaking ever so slightly. Your breath is already in the shake territory, but your please breaks. It goes, please? Listen to that real quick.
Please.
Please. It breaks from your normal speaking tone, and that is gorgeous because it sounds like you're trying to hold in tears. And then your ending one, I believe you do something similar.
Don't you understand? I don't want to keep living. Just let me go. Please.
Yeah, your please is a bit more breathy and airy there, but still good. And you do this part of it where
I don't want to keep living.
That first half, when you say that in your first performance, is very much I'm not going to fight about this. I'm at the bottom of the barrel. I don't want to keep living. Your second performance is
I don't want to keep living.
You're angry. That's powerful. That's forceful. That's, yo, stop fighting for me and leave me alone. The change in the force was really, really impressive. The graham cracker straws, I love those. Yes, Kudo. The cereal straws are so good. I really wish they still made them. I loved them so much. Maybe I was the only one who ate them and that's why they stopped making them, but I loved the cereal and the Oreo straws. So good. All right, it's time for Kaylee E's final audio. Here we go.
Excuse me. Mr. Scary Vampire Monster Man? Do you, think maybe you could let my friend go Pretty please?
Yes. So you'll notice this one, soundtrack wise, is very similar to our previous Excuse Me. It's because your voices fit so well in this little, like, bouncy tune, a bit cartoony. Your background music is different though, because I gave you a bit more of a child music, because again, you were slightly younger than the previous one. I could hear the Disney Junior, because you actually sounded like a little bit of a there was a little nervousness to your bounce, versus the previous person was a bit more, you know, Western animation cartoon, a little bit older. Both are fantastic, and I think you did a great job, Kaylee. Let's listen one more time.
Excuse me. Mr. Scary Very Party Monster Man? Do you, think maybe you could let my friend go? Pretty please?
That, where you break a little on it is so good. That really sells the nervousness. That really sells it. I thought they still made them. I don't know, Kudo. I thought that they didn't make them anymore, but maybe they do. Yes, welcome. Not welcome. I was trying to say 2 words at once. I was trying to say, you know what? It doesn't even matter anymore. Good job. Good job, Kaylee. You did great. All right. Let's see who's next on our list. Boo-doo-boo. Emily P. Okay. Emily P also chose number 34, everybody's favorite to be edited. But first, we're going to listen to their raw, because I think they got a few performances in here for us. So here we go.
Don't give in.
Ooh.
I know it's hard sometimes to feel happy. I feel like I can't do anything right. But then I remember that I have people who love me for who I am. And so do you. Don't give in. I know it can be hard sometimes to feel happy. Sometimes I feel like I can't do anything right. But then I remember that I have people who love me for who I am. And so do you. That's sweet. You think you actually have a choice? Darling, I own you. And you will do whatever I want.
Oh.
That's sweet. You think you actually have a choice? Darling, I own you. And you will do whatever I want.
Ooh, Emily, this is so good. So I liked your first line, of course. I think you were very inspirational. And I think there was a good little exchange
To feel
here.
happy. Sometimes
That sometimes is really nice, because it genuinely sounds like you're thinking about what you're about to say. So the hardest part with written dialogue is you are not the one thinking of it. You're not the one saying it. And it's hard to make words that are not your own feel natural. And so sometimes we have to employ little techniques or think about things in different ways in order to make it feel like it's genuinely a thought you are having and saying. And so just very subtly in the sometimes, the way you're doing this word is, one, you're separating it from the rest of the sentence, which is good because that gives us a little bit of break so we can think that, oh, they're thinking of what to say next. That's really good. But you also say it in a way where it feels like sometimes you're giving this almost, I guess, maybe, I think, which is an indicative way that we talk when we're trying to give an example and we're trying to think of it off the top of our head. The word you're using because of the dialogue is sometimes, but the tone and the delivery is that same one we do when we're going, for example, So it's very well done. And then the one that got edited, this ending is so different. Ready?
Whatever I want.
That is very spaced. It's whatever I want. It's clean, it's precise, it's quick. It is the type of villain that's like, you're going to do it. No questions asked. Your second performance is
I want.
Ooh.
Whatever I want.
whatever I want. So instead of da, 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 it's now da, 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 da. You've separated it into 2-syllable sections instead of 4 separate syllables. And what that does is it changes our emphasis and the type of villain. So this,
Whatever I want.
2,
Whatever I want.
your emphasis is now on the word whatever in a way that the first time around we were listening more to your I want because they were standing out, they were separated, and they were like, you're in control. But for that second half, your whatever now becomes the focus, and we're listening to a, oh, it's whatever she wants. Right? It's not about the fact that they're going to do what you want. It's about the fact that they'll do whatever you want them to do. So the emphasis change there, the syllable change, really switches up what we hear and the way it comes across, which is really cool. All right, let's listen to Emily P's final recording. Here we go.
That's sweet. You think you actually have a choice? Darling, I own you, and you will do whatever I want.
Ooh! Hi, Fox Daddy. Welcome. How are you doing, my friend? We are a bit way through the voice acting showcase for Anime Ohio, giving positive advice and feedback. We had Kudo and Andrew giving away subscriptions and getting a hype train, and Gal donating bits. It's been such a fun stream, Fox Daddy. I hope you are well. Okay, I want to talk about this. Hold on. So, Emily, this pacing that you have for the line is so brilliant because it's allowing me to put a music backing track in that is very attention grabbing. So we're still focusing on you because the music in the background is going like boom, 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 right? And we're like, oh, music. But your spacing of the line is so smooth that when you start to talk, we lean out from the music and into you. And out to the music and into you. And out to the music and into you. And so it makes for this really cool, almost lullaby into listening to what you have to say. And then when you get to the end and there's like a sword pull and you're doing the whatever I want, we're suddenly like kicked into reality a little bit, which is really cool. I'm out of town doing a mascot gig. Ooh, Fox Daddy, how fun. I hope you're enjoying your time as your mascot. It was a good read. I agree, Fox Daddy. Emily, we're going to listen to your final recording one more time. Here we go.
That's sweet. You think you actually have a choice? Darling, I own you, and you will do whatever I want.
Yes, no worries, gal. That was fantastic, Emily. Nice job, nice job. All right, let's see who's next up on our list here. Okay. You're a Lego, Fox Daddy, no way. Your mascot for this trip is being a Lego? That's so cool! Guys, if any of you see a Lego costumed person, who knows, it might be Fox Daddy. Yes, Fox Daddy, Emily's did have sword and mice in it because that line of dialogue gives me a few different scenes in my head, but one of them in particular is like you have somebody tied to a chair in a basement, and as you walk, the mice are skittering, and you're getting your sword out, and you're gonna, attack them. So that was definitely what was happening there. Okay. Next, we're gonna do Michael C. They have one of our creepy villains, which is exciting. Boo-boo-boo. Another creepy one. All right, we're going to listen to Michael C's raw audio. Here we go.
Tick tock, tick tock. Your time has run out. Your life is now forfeit, and I am here to collect.
Ooh.
Tick tock, tick tock. Your time has run out. Your life is now forfeit, and I am here to collect.
Michael C, this voice is so cool. I love the deep, demony, like gritty voice, as if you're coming up from the depths to drag them down to Hades. That's so cool. What's interesting about this too is even with this very thick and gruff tone, this voice thing that's on. Yes, I'll get you next time, Gadget. 100% with Fox Daddy. But sometimes when we have a vocal tone or a specific voice that we are putting on for a performance, it can be really hard to display changes in our performances because we're so focused on maintaining the voice that they sound the same. But you did a really good job of changing your ending. So let's listen to these two endings for a second.
I'm here to collect.
Versus,
I'm here to collect.
oh, I missed it. It must be this one.
Your life is now forfeit, and I am here to collect.
I think that was it.
Your life is now forfeit, and I am here to collect.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a change in those eyes there, right? Where one was very, I'm here, and one was very, I am here. But what I would offer overall is we want more of that. So you've got a little bit of a change happening there. But when you're going to do a voice like this, we want the change to be even bigger. You've got to go stronger and harder in the choices that you make so that it doesn't just sound like a big evil guy voice, right? So that would be my advice for next time around is in these places where you're changing emphasis, make it powerful, make it strong because your voice is so cool. And I think you have the opportunity to really scare us if you make strong choices. But I also know that your final one turned out super cool. So let's go ahead and give a listen to Michael C's final recording.
Tick tock, tick tock. Your time has run out. Your life is now forfeit, and I am here to collect.
Yo! Okay, so the final one turned out so well because a lot of people, when they do this performance, actually go for a high voice. They go a bit more like this kind of creepy, right? But since you went low, I wanted to throw in this atmosphere of like, the bell tolls for thee. And it worked so well because you chose this type of voice and you were smooth and you were grounded. I think it works so well with the ticking and the big church bells. And that is exactly what I see is you like a dark shadow crawling up from the ground to grab somebody as the bells toll. That's what your performance gives me. So let's listen one more time, Michael. He can voice the ghost of Christmas future. Yes, Michael, you could. All right, Michael, one more time. Here we go.
Tick tock, tick tock. Your time has run out. Your life is now forfeit, and I am here to collect.
Cool. Michael, that was so well done, my friend. Okay. Let's see who we have next. Ooh, okay. This one will be fun. Here we go. We have Mallory H. Mallory H. Okay. All right, so Mallory's done a few raws for us, so we're going to listen to this raw here. Here we go.
crazy? You think I'm crazy? You left me to rot in that grave. How could you?
Ooh, that was strong.
Crazy? You think I'm crazy?
Ooh.
You left me to rot in that grave. How could you?
Very different.
I am a god. You puny little humans are nothing to me. You are ants under my boots. You are not worth my time, bug.
Oh, that was cool.
I am a god. You puny little humans are nothing to me. You are ants under my boots. You're not worth my time, bug. You better thank God for your tits, 'cause he did not give you a single brain cell. You better thank God for your tits, because he didn't give you a single brain cell.
Remember when I said there's going to be one adult one in here? I don't consider that a bad word, so I apologize if there are families watching that do, because I said there'd be no bad language. Yeah, that's the adult one that got done. But I think it's hysterical, and I love the voice you did at the end of it, Mallory. Because I think the voice you gave was so like, girl, I don't even know what to say to you. And it was very funny. But I won't play it again for all our family-friendly groups that are watching right now. What I instead will commentate on is the first two performances. So, this one...
Crazy? You think I'm crazy?
That is so frantic. It's so emotionally charged. All of the breath and the air and the disbelief that you are putting into it makes me picture somebody who just got confronted and is very like, what did you just say to me? Like, the energy is all over the place and we can hear it in your performance, which is really cool. Versus this one.
Crazy? You think I'm crazy?
Lot less breath, lot less frenetic, a lot more tailored, a lot more specific. You think I'm crazy? Slower. You were looking at someone and you were talking to them. It was such a huge change. These characters are so different, and I love it for that. Keep up the good work. Part Harley, very much Harley Quinn energy on the last one for sure. Oh my gosh. And then, of course, the one that was chosen to be edited here.
I am a god.
That versus, and I know y'all heard it, this.
I am a god.
Girl, the change in that performance. This is, I'm arrogant and I think I'm above you.
I am a god.
Versus your second one, which is, you dare to think you're on my level?
I am a god.
There's something I call tasting your words. It was taught to me in school, now I teach it to other people. That right there is exemplifying what that means. Your first one was strong. I could tell you were an arrogant villain. I could tell you were a little like inflated ego. You gave me a, well, I'm a god. It was grounded. It was solid. Your second one, however, was you choosing those words. It was your villain specifically saying, I am a god. Right? You were hitting all of the plosives of the syllable sounds. You were really chewing on those words because they were important to you. And it made for a stellar change in performance. So, let's listen to that final recording, Mallory. Here we go.
I am a god. You puny little humans are nothing to me. You are ants under my boots. You're not worth my time, bug.
Ooh, Mallory. Okay, so for this line in particular, I almost always see the same thing when I edit performance-wise, which is somebody who is walking up to either a defeated person or someone who's challenging them, whatever it is, and they're stepping on little things as they walk. Little cockroaches, little bugs, mice, whatever it is, bones. And then at the very end, when they say bug, they like step on either the biggest actual cockroach thing and the guts split everywhere, or they step on like the finger of the person and squish it and break it. I love these sound effects so much. They sound so good. Thank you, Dangan Kevo. I appreciate that. I try to tailor each one, and I really get in there, and I try to mix it up so it sounds cool. And I will admit, though, that ending squish sound effect is in everything. I love it so much. But otherwise, I love the crunching, right, as somebody walks. And remember how I said, Mallory, that your performance of I Am a God was eating and chewing and tasting. Well, that made it so strong. It made it so eye-catching but for ears, where we couldn't not focus on you. That I didn't want to give you a big, loud, crazy musical I'm the villain soundtrack. I wanted something calm, a little, spooky, a little villainry, a little, we're tense. But I wanted something minimal because the focus was on your performance and your voice for this one. We didn't need too much otherwise. So let's listen to it one more time, Mallory.
I am a god. You puny little humans are nothing to me. You are ants under my boots. You're not worth my time, bug.
Oh, yes. Those squishes and sound effects work so well. Oh my goodness, Mallory. Well done, my friend. Well done. Gives me Azula vibes from Avatar. Kudo, you're so right. It is very Azula coded because you've kind of got this like, it doesn't matter, I'm whatever. And she would totally say that. Grey Delisle voicing Azula would 100% be like, you are my baby brother. Or what does she say? When May chooses to like fight for Zuko and Azula's like, something like, you've chosen the wrong side or something like that. This is very that moment. Very, very good. And May goes, I guess you've miscalculated. That's what it is. Okay. Yes, I love Zuko more than I fear you. This is that moment with Azula. That is her because she's just on the edge of being like, what do you mean you pick him over me? But she hasn't quite broken. Very, very good. You should have feared me more. That's the line, Fox Daddy. We love it. Thank you, Kudo and Fox Daddy. We are an Avatar loving family. Let's go. All right, y'all, we have 3 left. 3 left, you guys. So we're going to do our very last excuse me line, which was done by Zoe W. All right, so we'll listen to Zoe W's Raw first. Here we go.
I won't let you hurt these people. I call upon the power of ice. Special attack, winter storm. I won't let you hurt these people. I call upon the power of ice. Special attack, winter storm.
Ooh.
Excuse me, Mr. Scary Vampire Monster Man. Do you think maybe you could let go of my friend, pretty please? Excuse me, Mr. Scary Vampire Monster Man. Do you think maybe you could let go of my friend, pretty please?
Oh my goodness. Y'all picked this line so much more than I've ever had anyone picked it, and you guys nailed it out of the park. So remember what I said, the first excuse me person who went was very Amphibia, Owl House, a little bit tween Western animation. The second person was Disney Junior, a little bit younger, a little bit more upbeat. This one, Zoe, you are our anime version of this line. This voice that you're doing and the what's the word I'm looking for? The polished way that you're doing it is very anime. I can see the little lines coming off of your head as you do the excuse me, right? Yeah, it's a Squirrel Girl energy, 100%, right? And you've got something in yours that also gives me very anime energy. Oh, my necklaces are getting stuck. Hold on, neurodivergent, getting distracted. Okay, you do something in it that is very anime energy. Where in your first performance here,
Do you think maybe you could let go of my friend, pretty please?
versus
Do you think maybe you could let go of my friend, pretty please?
the difference here was your first one, we felt a bit more nervous, a bit more anxious. The character was like, big scary dude, please let my friend, pretty please. And the second one was, do you think you could let go of my friend, pretty please? It was more confident. It was more trying to be assertive and tell the monster to let go versus please let go, which is really cool because your performance indicates the difference in tone. We can literally hear the tone shift. Listen.
Do you think maybe you could let go of my friend, pretty please?
It's quick. It's high energy. It's nervous. It's anxious. It's a question versus
Do you think maybe you could let go of my friend, pretty please?
right there in the let go, it changed from a to a da-da-da-da-da-da. Let go, my friend, pretty please. And it goes from a question to a statement, which is really cool because that's a huge character change. And I think it's excellent. Now for your first one.
I won't let you hurt these people. I call upon the power of ice. Special attack, winter storm. I won't let you hurt these people. I call upon the power of ice. Special attack, winter storm.
Yeah, so your second winter storm was definitely more powerful. It was louder. It was a bit more engaging. I think with these two, you have a beautiful energy that comes towards the end and really feels like a video game call out. I would offer changing up the beginning a little bit to be a bit more of a build up. Slowly, bam. But the performance gave me the video game energy which we wanted. And we edited the excuse me one, which I think was a brilliant choice because your performance was so good. And so here we go. Zoe W's final recording.
Excuse me, Mr. Scary Vampire Monster Man. Do you think maybe you could let go of my friend, pretty please?
Yes. Okay. So yours, the way that I changed it up was this little piece right here.
Mr.
There it is. Oh.
Excuse me, Miss.
That little tone right there. So because yours gave me anime energy, right? We still have a bit more of the poppy music. We still have a bit, we still got the growls and then the yell at the end. But the difference between the cartoon, the Disney Junior, and like the anime is there tends to be tones for reactionary things that don't happen as much. So anime, you know, when somebody's nervous, you're going to get like a right? You're going to get weird little sounds attached to these things. And so when you said, excuse me, I added the little whoop because I could picture you going dee-dee-dee. I almost put in a dee-dee-dee. I almost put in a dee-dee-dee like you were poking the monster. And then the monster goes, whoop, right? Because that's very anime, is they give little sounds to all the motions. Okay, we'll listen one more time to Zoe W's final recording. Here we go.
Excuse me, Mr. Scary Vampire Monster Man. Do you think maybe you could let go of my friend, pretty please?
good, Zoe. Well done, my friend. Okay. That was Zoe's. All right, we have 2 left. So we're going to do Colin J's. Let's bring out Colin's. Oh, we have 3 left. My bad. We have 3 left. We're going to do Colin's first. Colin picked a fun one that I think a good amount of people picked from Anime Ohio, but it's really like fun, kind of like Western animation energy. Anime Ohio was big for Western animation, which I guess makes sense because it was a Hell of a Boss themed. But let's listen to Colin J's raw audio.
Aw, come on, Lace. No fighting. First play with me to go around. Aw, come on, Lace. No fighting. First play with me to go around. You really think you could beat me in my own game? Ha! Give me your best shot, shrimp. You really think you could beat me in my own game? Ha! Give me your best shot, shrimp.
Yes! Colin, well done, my friend. I love you holding out the words on your ladies one, because I think something that can add to comedy, something that can make your performance a bit more funny, is if you're dragging out what you have to say, right? So you're performing a character that's a bit of a little bit of a sleazeball, a little bit of a he thinks he's funny. So you drag out the words here
First play with me to go around.
with the around. And we get a really funny Sokka from Avatar vibes if we keep the Avatar train, where we're kind of like, what? I'm funny. And I think dragging the words was a great way to represent that, you know, sleazeball little guy. We like him. And then the one that got chosen for your final audio was your shrimp ones. And I love the power you have in these performances.
You really think you could beat me in my own game? Ha! Give me your best shot, shrimp. You really think you could beat me in my own game? Ha! Give me your best shot, shrimp.
You have a really good ha for one, because it's clearly a try and beat me. It's quick, it's to the point, it's succinct, and the emotion is very clear. Versus what we might not want is something that's like a ha, right? Because it's a little too long, it's a little too exhaustive. This is a quick, punchy scene, and you made it quick and upbeat, and you did an awesome job, Colin. Really good job. So let's listen to Colin J's final recording. Here we go.
You really think you could beat me in my own game? Ha! Give me your best shot, shrimp.
Wait, that's so fun. So this one, I pictured you like, you know, doing one of those fist fight battles from an anime or a cartoon where it's like a Hunter x Hunter or Dragon Ball Z, where they're coming up and they're going hoo 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 hoo, and you can hear at the front how they're missing. It goes whoosh whoosh whoosh, and I picture you going, "Bah, you think you can beat me at my own game?" while they're like missing, and then at the very end you go bam right to the center and hit them. I think it's so cool, Colin. Let's listen one more time.
You really think you could beat me in my own game? Ha! Give me your best shot, shrimp.
That's so cool. And I love that it like cuts everything off because you've punched them. Good job, Colin. That was awesome. All right, my friend. All right, last two. We're gonna do Terry E. Now this one is technically on the adult list, but again, they don't say any bad words. Not that I can remember. I guess fair warning. And you also know what my standard for bad words are. I don't consider tits a bad word. So, fair warning. Here we go. We're going to do Terry E's raw audio.
You don't seem to understand.
If you want my forgiveness, you will beg. On your knees, dog.
Ooh.
You don't seem to understand. If you want my forgiveness, you will beg. On your knees, dog.
Ooh.
If you're not willing to die with me, then you will die for me. Ah!
Let's go.
If you're not willing to die with me, then you will die for me. Ah!
Yes, Terry! Oh my gosh, Terry. It takes Scary Terry. Yeah, you were a villain here. You did such a good job playing a villain. And let me tell you right now, it takes so much courage to be willing to get in that booth and do effort noises. This ending where you give me the yells,
Ah!
right? That is what we call an effort noise. It's your punches, it's your attacks, it's your getting hit. And those are really hard to do, especially when you've had no experience doing them. So I applaud you for being willing to give it a try. And you know what? You did such a good job. I can tell that in this last one here, you are angry, you are mad, and you are attacking them. Listen to that. Ready?
On your knees, dog.
Oh, this one.
If you're not willing to die with me, then you will die for me.
The intensity of like, fine, you'll die for me is so good. And your second performance?
If you're not willing to die with me, then you will die for me.
Okay, so here's the change, right?
If you're not willing to die with me
versus
if you're not willing to die with me.
So what's changed in these two performances? That first half was a, well, if you won't do the thing, then you're gonna die. The second half was a, fine, you won't do the thing. Your first one was more of like, not a question, but it was leading. It was offering. It was a, I have something to say after this. Versus your second one was a, I knew you wouldn't do it. I knew you wouldn't die for me. Or I knew you wouldn't die with me. It was a statement. It was hardened. It was its own sentence, which was really cool because that makes it more of like a sinister turning point. I like that versus your first one. And then, of course, the one that got edited. Let's go back here. Ready?
You will beg.
Gorgeous. And
you will beg.
Ooh. Let me listen from the beginning.
You don't seem to understand. If you
That little laughter is so good. I love those noises. Okay.
If you want my forgiveness, you will beg. On your knees, dog.
Yes.
You don't seem to understand. If you want my forgiveness, you will beg. On your knees, dog.
That ending, although they're both strong and they're yelly and they're powerful, are different. Listen.
On your knees, dog.
Versus.
On your knees, dog.
They sound relatively similar, right? But there's a very slight piece where that first one is a get on your knees. And that second one is a on your knees, dog. You're almost gritting your teeth. Listen.
On your knees, dog.
That's open. It's loud. It's clear. It's forceful. This one.
On your knees, dog.
Is you down here in like a guttural place, being like, on your knees, dog. You're really pulling it from a grittier, tenser place than the previous one. And I like it. So, let's listen to Terry's final recording. Here we go.
You don't seem to understand. If you want my forgiveness, you will beg. On your knees, dog.
Ooh, how cool. I love the little like growling in the background. I pictured this, like if you've ever seen The Walking Dead and how Michonne's like entrance moment is with the two zombie pets following her on chains. That's what I picture this for you. And this line of dialogue is very like you have a whole backyard full of like big dogs with chains and all these things. And then you've got a few next to you that are like lunging at the end. So let's listen one more time.
You don't seem to understand. If you want my forgiveness, you will beg. On your knees, dog!
Yeah, that's so cool, Terry. I think it fits perfectly with how you're a bit more guttural and tense at the end because the dogs are like backing you up. Very, very cool, Terry. All right. All right, y'all, we have one left, and it's a line we have not heard yet. It's going to be by Doran M. Here we go, Doran M. All right, let's listen to Doran M's raw recording.
Go ahead. Scream, cry, beg for your life. I love the sound of a pig squealing.
Ooh.
Go ahead. Scream, cry, beg for your life. I love the sound of a pig squealing.
Ooh! Wait, Doran. I think you can already tell, but the endings are so different. Listen to that ending.
I love the sound of a pig squealing.
Versus.
I love the sound of a pig squealing.
Your difference here was that your first one was very tailored. It was clean. It was fine. It was like oh, I'm evil and I enjoy this. Pigs are squealing. Your second performance was authentic because you were so in the I am evil and I enjoy this that you broke into a laugh when you thought about pigs squealing. And we had energy, we had volume, we had excitement, we couldn't control it. And that makes for a really authentic performance. Amazing job, Doran. Amazing, amazing job. All right, my friend, you ready to listen to Doran's final recording? Here we go.
Go ahead. Scream, cry, beg for your life. I love the sound of a pig squealing.
Ooh, wait, that cut off? Oh my gosh. Okay, so for this line, it's more of like a vague thing that I usually see in people's performances when I edit. I know I want pigs in there. Sometimes I add squeaking. Sometimes there's squealing. Sometimes there's crunching of like bones and slop as they walk around. Sometimes there's swords and daggers. It really depends on what the energy it is. And for you in particular, this character, the second performance, felt more energetic and involved. So it didn't feel like somebody who was, you know, as we've heard in some of the other audio, in a suit walking and mice are running from them. This felt like somebody who, you know, you had somebody kidnapped or whatever, and you had monsters in the cave and a bunch of pig and mud, and this is like a makeshift area that you're like, oh, go ahead and squeal, right? And you just get to immediately attack while you're in the middle of saying this dialogue. Because of how excited your performance is about it. And so that's why I did the cutoff at the end, where you go straight in for the stab and the pig squeal. That's why we have a bit more growling happening at the beginning. And I think it works so well with the energy you have in this performance. So let's listen to it one more time. This is Doran's final one. Here we go.
Go ahead. Scream, cry, beg for your life. I love the sound of a pig squealing.
Yeah, that ending is just a whoopah. Like you cut the head right off and it squeals. Well done, Doran. All right, my friends. I will double check, but I think that is our last person of the night. Yes, that is our last one for tonight. Thank you all for coming out to tonight's stream to celebrate the people who took part in Anime Ohio's voice acting showcase. We will be up in Michigan for ZokuCon in about 2 weeks, running it again, so we won't have live streams for probably a good couple weeks, maybe a month after we get back. But if you want to join our community, you're more than welcome to. We live stream on Mondays and Wednesdays at 9 currently. Might shift come the new year. We play games like Date Everything and do streams like this. But thank you for everybody for stopping by. I appreciate every single one of you. I hope to see you guys in the future at more events. Feel free to reach out to me if you need any help or anything like that. And I think that's where we're going to end it for tonight. So... did I fix the Discord issue? Yes, kudo. So I did get it fixed, but I had to friend, I can't remember their name. I had to friend the other person specifically. So if you, and this everyone can know, you guys are welcome to message me on Discord. If you send a friend request to SSGUILLO, it is spelled like that. Then I can add you into the server because it was doing some shenanigans. Assuming I did everything correctly. But yes, we do have a Discord community server if folks want to join. Otherwise, I would just stay connected with Instagram as the main social where I tell folks what conventions we're going to. But let me give some shout outs. Thank you to Fox Daddy and Gal, as always, for being lovely community members and a moderator. Thank you to Kudo for being amazing and gifting subs today and being fantastic. Thank you to Dongon Kevo for standing by and being a part of the stream today. Thank you to Andrew for your incredible performance that we got to listen to and for gifting subs to people and helping with the hype train. Thank you to Kimberly, as always, for stopping by, and anybody else who may be lurking. Know that I parasocially love you. I shouldn't say that, but I parasocially am grateful for you. Thank you so much for being a part of this, and if you ever want to come to one of our events, I highly encourage you to. Good to hear some interesting voices. Yeah, absolutely. And after we do a ZokuCon, after a few months' time, we'll be back live streaming. We'll have another one of these events. But feel free to reach out to me in DMs if you guys got questions. Otherwise, I will see my regular community folk on Monday for more streaming of Date Everything. Thank you all for tonight. That's everything. Goodbye, goodbye.